Şehzade Bayezid was an Ottoman prince's son of Suleiman the Magnificent, 10th Ottoman Sultan, and his legal wife Hürrem Sultan. He unsuccessfully revolted to win the throne of the Ottoman Empire. After the death of three of Suleiman's sons, only Bayezid and Selim were alive. By the course of the 1550s, when Suleiman was already in his 60s, a protracted competition for the throne between Bayezid and Selim was evident. Angered by Bayezid's disobedience stemming from around the same years, Bayezid had fallen in disfavor with his father as opposed to his brother Selim. After a staged rebellion, which was suppressed in 1559 by Selim, he fled to the neighboring Safavid Empire, where he was wholeheartedly and lavishly received by Tahmasp I. However, in 1561, upon continuous insistment of Suleiman throughout the entire period of his exile, and by the means of several large payments, Tahmasp allowed Bayezid to be executed by an Ottoman executioner. Background: Bayezid, born in Constantinople, 1525, during the reign of his father, Suleiman the Magnificent. His mother was Hürrem, Orthodox priest's daughter, who was Sultan's concubine in the time. Bayezid had three elder full brother, Mehmed, Abdullah, and Selim, one elder full sister Marima, and one younger full brothers, Sifangir. He also had half-siblings, Mustafa son of Mahidevran, Murad son of Gulfem, Mahmud, and Razia. In 1533 or 1534, Hürrem Frieden married by Suleiman and became his legal wife, made Bayezid had a free woman as mother. As a court rule, Sayyids were appointed to govern a province in order to gain administrative experience. Bayezid became a governor of an Anatolian province. However, during his father's 12th campaign to Nakhchivan, part of modern Azerbaijan, in 1553, he was assigned to rule in Edirne, the Ottoman capital in European part, to control Rumelia, European territories of the empire, in the absence of his father. During the campaign, Şehzade Mustafa was executed upon Sultan's order. The news of execution caused unrest in all parts of the empire, and an impostor, claiming to be the executed Mustafa, rebelled against Suleiman in Rumelia. Although the rebellion was subdued by Vizier, Suleiman suspected that his son Bayezid was deliberately slow to react. Rebellion. Suleiman had 5 sons. His second son Mehmed had died a decade earlier in 1543. After the execution of Mustafa, who had been the most potential heir of the throne in 1553, and Sifangir's death, the youngest brother, who suffered from poor health, only 2 princes were left to be the potential claimant to throne: Selim, the future Selim II, and Bayezid. Selim was the governor of Manisa and Bayezid was the governor of Kütahya, 2 cities at almost equal distance from Constantinople, the capital. Suleiman was in his 60s, and the competition between the 2 brothers over the throne was evident. Suleiman scolded his sons and decided to change the places of duty. Selim was assigned to rule in Konya and Bayezid in Amasya, both provinces being this time further from the Constantinople but still equidistant. Selim was quick to obey and promptly moved to Konya, but to the dismay of his father, Bayezid obeyed only after much hesitation, because Amasya was the sanjak of his executed brother Mustafa. He took it as a humiliation. Angered, Suleiman accused Bayezid of being a rebel and supported his elder son Selim against the disobedient Bayezid. Selim, in collaboration with Sokolu Mehmet Pasha, the future Grand Vizier, defeated his brother in a battle near Konya on May 31, 1559. After the rebellion, Bayezid returned to Amasya and escaped to Safavid Persia with his sons and a small army. According to journalist and historian researcher Murat Bardakçı, Sokalu Mehmet Pasha sent an army after Bayezid, which was defeated by Bayezid's forces. In the autumn of 1559, he reached the Safavid town of Yerevan, where he was received with great respect by its governor. Sometime later, he reached Tabriz, where he was welcomed by King Tahmasp I. Although Tahmasp I initially wholeheartedly and lavishly welcomed Bayezid, including giving magnificent parties in his honor, he later jailed him on the request of Sultan Suleiman. Both Suleiman and Selim sent envoys to Persia to persuade the Shah to execute Bayezid. For the coming 1.5 years, in fact, embassies would continue to travel between Istanbul and Kazvin. On the 16th of July, what would be the last of the Ottoman embassies would arrive, whose formal task, like the previous embassies, was to try return Bayezid to Istanbul. As stated by Professor Colin P. Mitchell, this included Khusrau Pasha, Sanar Pasha, Ali Avish and a retinue of 200 officials. In the letter that was given with the embassy, Suleiman also declared his readiness to reconfirm the Treaty of Amasya and to begin a new era of Ottoman-Safavid relations. Suleiman, throughout the embassies, also gave Tahmasp numerous gifts. He also agreed with Tahmasp's demand to pay him for handing Bayezid over. Finally, on September 25, 1561, Bayezid and his 4 sons were handed over by Tahmasp and executed in the environs of the Safavid capital Kazvin by the Ottoman executioner, Ali Avish, through the way of garroting. Marriage and issue. Bayezid's consort was Fatma Hatun. Sons Şehzade Orhan, Şehzade Osman, Şehzade Abdullah, Şehzade Mahmud, Şehzade Mehmed. Daughters Mihrimah Sultan, married in 1562, Damad Muzaffar Pasha, Governor-General of Baghdad 1568, Cyprus 1570 and Luristan 1592–1593. Atas Sultan Aisha Sultan, married in 1562, Damad Koya Ali Pasha Erit Nauglu. Hanzade Sultan. In popular culture, in the 2011–2014 TV series Muhteşem Yüzyıl, he is portrayed by Eris Bulut İnemli.